Hi there, this is Toby Green and you're listening to The Green Room with Tom Green and Jacob Gaynor. Stay tuned.
Oh, coffee's for a week for that, mate.
Thomas Green, we're back, and more importantly, you're back in form.
Lovely to see you again, Jacob.
Yeah, good to see you.
Yeah, thanks. I guess I didn't think I was
rattled.
I didn't think I was horribly out of form, but
you weren't great. Let's be honest.
Apparently so. So I guess it's nice to be back on the winners list and to have played well. I guess. Thanks, mate.
Well, let's dissect the weekend because, as per usual, we do have a guest here
sitting behind
the camera, waiting to come on, waiting very patiently.
He could actually probably be standing. Is
that a short joke?
Yeah, it is at both of you.
Okay. So as we were saying, Tom was in really poor form. But no, how was the weekend, Tom? It was a pretty emphatic win in the end.
Yeah, it was. It was. We as a collective, we weren't that good 2 weeks ago against Carlton, so it was nice to be able to return to a bit of form and get a really good win against what is a really good side. I've said this a few times, and I think that Brisbane's record at the minute is a little bit misleading. I think, they've got a few things they need to sort out, which I'm sure they're obviously aware of, but they're still a fantastic side. I mean, they lost the grand final by a kick last year, and they're still a really good side. So, yeah, we take a lot of confidence out of that. It was really nice, and it was also nice to win again in Canberra. And we always make Canberra jokes, obviously you and me, Jacob, but it is also really important for us to put in good displays in what is such an important membership base for us. And like Canberra fans, we've sold out our first 2 games. I'm sure they'll sell out the third one later in the year, and they just rock up in droves, and it is a really good home ground advantage for us. So it's important that we win there, and it's been nice that we've been able to repay some of that faith recently.
We touched on last week the importance and significance for you on Anzac round, but what was going through your mind during that last post and the Australian anthem before the game?
Yeah, one thing I think that's always important to sort of distinguish on a round like Anzac round is while it's really nice to acknowledge our Anzacs, sometimes I feel like people can accidentally try and make comparisons between football and war, and they're not similar in any way. I don't think it's I think it's insensitive and it'd be remiss to try and compare the two. So it's a really humbling moment. It's really nice to be out there, and it's a nice moment to even just reflect and be like, I get a great sense of gratitude out of being out there and thinking, well, there are people who have literally given their lives for our country and for us to be able to enjoy a game like this in a beautiful setting like Marnacroval Oval in Canberra. And that's something that I'm really grateful for. And, their sacrifice is not lost on myself or us as Australians, I don't think so. It is really, it's always a really moving ceremony. And it certainly was on the weekend.
And did you watch any other football, or did you play Thursday night and take a break?
Well, no, I always love watching AFL football, so, well, all types of football, I suppose, but I watched, the games on the rest of the weekend, but I also got down to Eastlake versus Ainsley at Allen Ray Oval. Obviously, we crossed paths there briefly too. Beautiful afternoon on the hill there, sitting in the sun, watching a fair few of our good mates go to battle out there, which was a lot of fun. And, the weather in Canberra was beautiful over the weekend too, so I spent the weekend in Canberra and thoroughly enjoyed it.
Nice.
What about yourself?
Similar, very similar, Tom. Got back and stayed in Canberra for the weekend, had a great time. Unfortunately, I went to watch Eastlake Ainsley as well.
Why was that unfortunate?
Well, I went to watch one of my great mates, Liam, and he was injured, so I didn't get to watch him. But I did get to see a few others go to work, and Ainsley got the win, which I don't know why we're talking about Canberra footy, but
I wouldn't mind addressing again, it's probably a little bit niche.
It's probably niche.
Billy Clark giving away the 50 at the end of the game that cost Eastlake in the end. So shout out to Bill.
Now we'll get to our guest as we mentioned, but we do like to make them wait, and he's just sitting there
looking smug,
very smug, which is a word we've already seen this week. Now that's a great segue into the week upcoming Battle of the Bridge, Tom. It doesn't get much bigger.
No, it doesn't. Maybe the Expansion Cup, but other than that, not really.
No.
Yeah, well, Slammer's comments certainly added fuel to the fire, which
we love.
Yeah, sure.
From a media perspective?
Yeah, you love.
Wow.
It's just it's hilarious watching slammer, go on, say that sort of stuff. But yeah, no, it is. I mean, the Swans are a fantastic team. I mean, I think it's
come on, mate. We're not here for that.
Well, they played finals last year. They've started the year in red hot form, and they've got guns everywhere. So it'll be an amazing game, and I think it's really good for AFL in New South Wales to have both teams up and flying, and they are certainly flying at the minute. They're one of, if not the best team in it. So, I mean, derbies or battles of the bridge are always enthralling contests, and I have no doubt this will be another.
What's it like out there? Is there a little bit more spice than usual? Is there words being flung around, and what's it like?
Yeah, well, when Smug, there is, and particularly now that Smug's been thrown around, I'm sure there'll be some more spice. Hot. Yeah, exactly. No, there always is though. It's there is always something in it. Both teams want to have the supremacy. So there's definitely a little bit more feeling, a little bit more physicality in it. But that's something that we love. That's part of the it's a part of the reason I love this game, and I'm looking forward to it.
Because what are the relationships like away from the field? Because obviously, while Sydney's obviously a big city, it's relatively small. So you'd cross paths here and there, nights out at the beach, wherever it may be. What's it like away from footy?
Yeah, well, I guess it depends. It's sort of like anything. Like there's some people who I've obviously grown up playing football with as well, like in their sides, like Nick Blakey, Errol Gould and Braden Campbell, these sort of guys. Like I've played football with growing up, so I know them a little bit better, and I get along with all of them really well. There's other guys you don't know as much, and so you're not really sure, but you do also cross paths and stuff, so you can develop relationships that way, I suppose. So it is also, though, I guess, when you're only it's not like Melbourne where you sort of see other players all the time. You sort of, when you're around it sort of day to day, you don't necessarily want to burn too many bridges because you're going to just probably bump into them at the shops or something later in the week. So it's just like anything, but for the most part, I'd say they're all pretty positive relationships.
So who would you say is your least favourite?
I don't have any least favourites. Maybe they would say that. Maybe some of them wouldn't say that about us or about me. But
we tried to get them on the pod.
I don't have any. Yeah, well, there you go.
No reply.
Yeah, they said if it was just a Giants one, maybe. But the fact that Tom Green's doing it, hell no.
Yeah, they don't like you. Which is just something we all have in common with the Swans.
Oh, is it now?
Yeah. So let's move on. We'll get to our guest, and as per usual, I'll do a little bit of an introduction here, and then our guest can come on. Okay?
Yeah.
Our next guest has quickly become a cult figure here at the Giants. He had to wait for his moment, but when it arrived, he took it with both hands. The only thing rising faster than his status within the AFL is his Instagram. He is more excited about his following than his debut. Please welcome to In the Green Room, Darcy Jones.
Chapman did well to bring it to ground, and then Thomas to Green, Hamill over the top. The first game for Jones. Can he kick his first goal on the big time? Oh, he loved it. He's got it. Brilliant from Darcy Jones.
Darcy Jones.
How are we?
How good was that? That's one thing I will say. Shout out to Luke Darcy. It's a great bit of commentary that I really liked that for his first goal. Who gave you that assist, by the way?
It was actually this man here. Yeah.
The commentary was there. Green to Jones. Well, we can start right off the bat. The first goal. It didn't take you long.
Yeah.
What went through your head?
Well, are you talking about in that exact moment?
Yeah.
I was just playing my role. Just,
you don't come onto this podcast with generic answers like that.
My favorite.
I'm getting there.
My favorite part of it is Luke Darcy going as the ball's still in the air. Oh, he loved it, Darcy Jones.
You didn't hear it when you were walking on. I'll play it for you. Ready?
Yeah.
Chapman did well to bring it to ground, and then Thomas to Green, Hamill over the top. The first game for Jones. Can he kick his first goal on the big time? Oh, he loved it. He's got it.
He loved it.
Darcy Jones.
How many times have you watched that goal back? Be honest.
Well, I can't tell you the exact number, but it's a fair few, I'll be honest. But, yeah, not that I've actually gone out looking for it. It's just
keeps every time you scroll down.
Popping up, yeah.
Now that
good finish, though. Really good finish under, you at full pace, breaking 50. Like, good composure, good finish.
Thanks, mate.
Fair enough to watch it.
Now you've had a few days since the game. It was a whirlwind week, a whirlwind couple of days for you. How are you feeling, and how do you look back on it now?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I still get a bit like lost for words. It was just obviously a lifelong dream, and I think my mum and dad are happier than I am. To be honest, they're over the moon, and I don't know. I'm still pinching myself. It was just a crazy moment, and I loved it. Yeah, plain and simple.
The funny thing I always find about it though is like it's the moment you always dream of. Like you finally get your debut, and you've literally had the dream debut. As in, like we as a team we've played and we've won well. You've played really well, contributed well, kicked 2 snags. Like it's been the dream debut, and then it's also though like. Well, then there's just next week. Like time doesn't stop for you, and as you said, like you're sort of like, oh, there's been this massive whirlwind, but then all of a sudden it's like we review the game day after tomorrow, and then we're prepping for the Swans, and so he's already thinking about prepping that, and all of a sudden it's I suppose not that new anymore.
Well, yeah, exactly. We've done a lot of review and stuff like that, but I'm already focused. Like it was cool, but like you do forget about it like pretty soon because obviously when you're here, you're not thinking about the game we've just played. So, yeah.
That is funny.
It was a late finish Thursday. What did you do Thursday night? Like, did you... a lot of players say they have a lot of adrenaline and it's hard to sleep after. I'd imagine you weren't sleeping for a while.
Nah, but yeah, it was... I was tired, but I couldn't sleep still. Yeah, like I went down, saw a few of the boys downstairs and went to bed not that long after. I was pretty knackered. And
you also had a pretty impressive support crew in Canberra, considering you're a Western Australian boy.
Yeah.
Who'd you have?
Had my immediate family, then auntie, uncle, and their kids, so my cousins, and that was it for my family. Did I mention my immediate family?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your immediate family.
Yeah.
And then all your mates, I saw
your mates were having a great time.
Yeah, oh my God. That was getting a little bit full on. I was like, boys, just chill out a bit.
Where that came from, boys. Oh. don't act like it's a big deal, yeah.
Mate, they made the most of it, that's all I'll say.
Fair play to them.
Yeah.
Your story's one that's pretty well known, especially in recent times at the Giants, that you arrived a relatively early pick, did your ACL in your first VFL game and obviously missed that period and came back. But was there a moment, and we spoke to Brent Daniels recently and Jack Buckley last week, who have both come off similar long-term injuries. Was there a moment after the game that you reflected on how far you'd come in 12 months?
Yeah, well, I got asked it a few times, and yeah, it's pretty cool to be where I'm at the moment, because I certainly wasn't thinking I was going to be where I was at this time of the year, because obviously on a 12-month injury, I would have thought, I don't know, I didn't know when I was going to be back playing, but yeah, well, I didn't think I'd be where I am now. Yeah, no, it's pretty cool.
And we'll take it back to the start. So you're a WA boy, as we mentioned. We'll take you to the draft. All right, so your name's read out.
Yep.
What were your thoughts? Because the video, I think we've still got the video, so we can clip the video. But the video is incredibly wholesome.
Yep.
Do you want to go through draft night?
Yeah. Well, that night I wasn't expecting to go. I thought I was going to go second round, maybe third. I'm not too sure, but I was still we still just set all my uncles holding the camera to my left, and then Mum had a camera set up over like to the side of the TV just in case on the off chance. And yeah, because I'd spoken to Giants a fair bit, and it was the last pick, and it was the only pick where I was kind of like, maybe I'm a chance here. So we got the camera up, and yeah, lucky enough, my name got read out, and I don't know, I was actually close to crying, I'll be honest, because like Mum was crying, and then Dad, I could see his eyes were watering, I think, anyway, but yeah, no, it was pretty wicked, eh?
It's a big move too for a West Aussie boy. How'd you feel about relocating to Western Sydney?
I was more than happy, yeah. I was kind of excited to like potentially, move away. So yeah, and I've always thought of Sydney as an amazing place. Like, even though I'd never been, I'd heard good stuff about it. But and I knew obviously Sam Taylor's brother. Well, I'm best mates with him as well. So I was like, that's pretty cool. That like I'll be yeah.
The WA boys, they band well together. They always they come to each other's defence about WA and Perth pretty quickly.
Well, there's not many of us. You got to stick up for each other.
Exactly, but they do a good job of. I feel like as well. They're all used to like it is obviously you're moving across the country, and as Darcy said, if he's never been to Sydney before, like that's a massive move. So those boys, like I'm sure, I mean, already having Slammer like that helps, but also like Cogs, WA boy, like these guys definitely help and wrap the arms around and make sure he's looked after.
There's one thing that's a must to talk about: the headgear. It's become a a cultural icon within the AFL world now.
Kingy's bought in hard early. Shout out to David King. I'm sure he's an avid listener of the podcast.
He's gone out and purchased the
Yeah, he
same one.
has.
Yeah.
It's good to see.
I was wondering how he got that.
It's an impressive purchase
Yeah,
that
it
quick.
is.
Yeah.
But how did the headgear start?
Back in the day, like year 7, year 8, I think. I actually can't remember which year it was, but I was actually a bit of an inside bull back in the day.
Before everyone else grew.
Believe it or not. Yeah, but I played a lot of inside mid, so I was getting banged around a lot, and I think there was like a couple week period where I got a couple head knocks. So I think it was as simple as mum, dad, and I. We sat around the table at dinner and we spoke about it. One of them brought it up, and I was like, yeah, whatever, I'll give it a go. I still remember it really clearly. And yeah, I've just stuck to it, worn it ever since. Don't think I'll ever take it off.
You know what's kind of funny? It seems that people like who wear the headgear are always jets too. Like it just sort of has to be this thing where like you can't sort of chuck it on and be a battler. Like like Caleb Daniel wears it, but he's a jet. Like he's been a jet. Jones, he's obviously a jet. Like there's not too many more. He
ran out of names. Really.
But it feels like if you chuck it on, you've sort of got to be. You got to have a bit about you. Like
Jared Croker,
who?
Rugby league player.
Oh, for the
Canberra
Raiders.
Raiders
No, sorry. As in, I know that, but I'm just like, we're talking footy here, mate. Come on.
Sherry from North, he's going pretty well.
That's true.
Yeah.
He's kind of funny though as well because he's the opposite end of the spectrum.
Yeah.
He's a
I
big
know.
fella who's rocking.
How are people even reaching it?
Have you always made it custom coloured to the club you're playing for?
No. It's the first time, and I wasn't even going to do it until like my manager spoke about it, or it might have been you actually. I don't even know, but
I'll take the credit. I don't think it
Do
was
not
me.
give this clown the credit.
yeah,
It was not me.
I can't remember, but no, I used to just rock the plain black and green. I think it was, and it Swan Districts, like they were black and white, and it kind of actually already suited, like kind of looked normal anyway. But no, I've never really. But when I played like junior footy, like early days, I wore like a black and green helmet with black, yellow, and white, so that looked a bit weird, but yeah.
Well, I think it looks good. I mean, I don't think I know it looks really good. And shout out to Steeden for getting those colours. And I know you've already got a bit of a thing, but I think you and Steeden will make a quick mention to them. I think they should really align themselves pretty heavily with you because you're obviously going to be a gun for some years to come. And if I was them, I wouldn't want to miss that boat.
My favourite part of that is Tom made eye contact with the camera like he was talking to Steeden to get you a sponsorship.
I think it's pretty clear what I did.
Yeah, he's a businessman.
Yeah.
But I think
Well done.
there's definitely space there for a Darcy Jones helmet at the Giants shop.
Well, there's heaps of space for that, but I just even mean like Steeden, obviously, generally in rugby circles, rugby union, rugby league, whatever, to be able to branch into a new market, AFL. There's going to be kids growing up watching Darcy Jones play football in a custom Giants coloured helmet. It just breaks into a new market. I don't know why they wouldn't look into that and doing it.
Is Caleb Daniel sponsored? Do you know?
I'm not sure about Caleb Daniel, but
He's on the come up though. Like Caleb Daniel's been a Jet for a long period of time. He's on the come up. Like it's time. If they're smart, if Steeden and their marketing team are smart, which I'm sure they're listening, they'll align themselves pretty heavily pretty soon.
Brayshaw was from
Melbourne.
the D's, yeah, because if you go onto the website, his helmet's there. It's just like
Oh, really?
yeah,
Exactly.
there's his name and
Come
his
on.
helmet. Yeah,
Well, you've played one game, so give us one
exactly.
week and then we'll get
It's
there.
not-
Get onto it, Steeden.
I'll talk to him.
Let's not get ahead of
I'll
ourselves.
slide into the DMs.
Good at that.
Next segment. Happy with your work, Tom.
Always.
Now, I want to talk about your living situation, Das. So,
Ooh.
Let's not.
so you're in a big share house at the moment.
Yep.
Do you mind explaining who you're with?
Yep. I'm with Nick Madden, Harry Rowson, and Toby McMullen.
And so who cleans?
Oh my God, this probably won't end well, but
Rousto,
Look, I'm not the-
Rousto listens to this.
you know, Rousseau's he's onto it. He's so good. He's always cleaning, but I think Matto's clearly the worst, but like in the nicest way possible, and he knows it too. So it doesn't actually, it's fine.
Do you
But
get a cleaner in?
yeah, we do.
How often?
Maybe once a month.
Yeah, okay.
That's not a cleaner, mate. Once a month is not enough.
Nah.
but
If you're not cleaning once a month,
but the
is
thing is,
gross.
they've got to obviously general upkeep's got to be better. But in terms of like a deep enough clean around the house, which these Muppets obviously aren't doing, I think it's not. That's not horrific, and it's also needed because there was a period I feel like one of you blokes was rolling in on rotation every week, getting sick. So I was just like,
Hey,
can we
not
just
us.
sort this out a little bit?
Not
I know,
us. That's the
that was you. It
firsties.
was also the younger boys too.
Yeah, but
There's an issue. There's a cultural cleaning issue.
yeah,
It's something we need to
we'll
address.
grow up one day. But, well, I'm not the I'm decent. Like I'm not cleaning all the time.
Ralph's the
But
cleanest.
yeah, by far.
Then you.
And then Muff and I are pretty on par, I reckon. And then
Matto's
there's
just
Matto.
shocking.
Yeah, he's bad.
Like no good.
No good.
I don't want to. It's going to get gross, so just don't delve into the area.
Yeah, let's
That's
not go
not
too
good.
far into it.
Yeah.
We'll leave that one up to the imagination.
But yeah. Do what you will with that.
But I spoke to your housemates prior to you coming on today.
Yep.
I just wanted some goss, wanted to get to know the real you, Darcy. Who cooks in the house?
God, I knew this would be a topic brought up. No, we all
They all cook. That's what it's going to say.
yeah, okay.
He's panicking.
Yeah. Nah,
I'll tell you what, you look composed
I'll go
Thursday
through
night.
phases.
You're struggling right now.
Yeah, well, they all cook a lot. Like, I think probably more than what the average player would. I'm not sure, but
Because we've given Steeden a shout out. Do you want to shout out Guzman and Gomez for your dinners
Or
every
Uber
night?
Eats.
yeah, shout out especially Uber Eats. Nah, but
What are we talking
I've been
like
good-
once a night? Like are we once a day? Uber Eats?
No, hell no. No, not at all.
Like,
Probably
How
like
much?
Huh?
How much?
You got to be
last
smiling on
week-
your face.
No, last week I was good. I think I got Uber Eats maybe twice for the week, which is good, I reckon. And
Right.
sometimes I reckon it actually comes out cheaper.
I think you're mistaken there.
Nah, I
As
can't remember.
someone-
I was talking to someone about it today, and they agreed with me.
Yeah, that could be
Must be
anyone.
right.
You can't. Yeah, I was talking to someone.
Tell you who it wasn't. Our dietitian.
One of the players.
What's the go-to? Guzman?
You trying
Probably-
to push a Guzman sponsorship?
No, I've just heard that
Probably
he's a
grilled.
burrito a day.
Probably grilled.
Grilled's really safe.
I love their chips.
So
Grilled
good.
is
Oh,
so good. Their
Very,
chips.
very good.
Go-to order.
From grilled.
Yep.
Simply grilled because it's the cheapest burger. And then just like maybe regular chips or something like that. But they're healthy chips. That's just
They're healthy, man. You need some carbs.
I actually do. Mel tells me. So.
I'm a grown boy.
Our dietitian, he gets the luxury that not many of us do,
Oh
and I
my
certainly
God.
don't, being able to eat whatever they want. He like
You
feels
know what
like
she's telling me to eat at the moment?
what?
Or was 2 chocolate milks a day.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
a luxury, man.
But nah, it gets a bit sick.
See, this is the thing is he
Because you'd be the opposite end, Tom.
Yeah, I starve myself. I scratch and I claw just to
Yeah.
not put on weight.
Because you're heavy. Like you could get heavy pretty quick.
I could get heavy very quickly, but I
Yeah.
do everything I can to not. I'm saying I'd love to be told, Tom, eat whatever you want. Have a couple of chocky milks in
Because
there.
No.
for contrast, let's have a look. So you're being told to have 2 chocky milks a day, right?
Yeah.
When you first started, what's the whole cornetto thing?
Oh, that was just like
Or
I just
drumstick.
wanted to have dessert every night, and I just don't need that.
But you were doing it.
Yeah, I was doing it.
Okay.
It's actually not all sunshine and rainbows.
I know.
My situation.
He tries to tell he tries to tell
No,
me
to
he's
be
like,
fair,
no, it's sickening. Like I'm sitting here. I
No,
don't
that's not
wanna
even the worst
eat."
part.
What
Like,
is?
well, yes, it does get a bit sickening, but like I eat actually a lot. Like I have 3 meals and I'm eating a lot throughout, like in between those,
the day. Yeah.
and I'm still not putting on weight. Like
Yeah.
it's not as easy as you think.
Well, it's just
Oh my god! Do you know how many people
I'm
are going to be
serious.
listening at home as well? Going, listen to this clown.
Oh,
sit
yeah,
here-
I know they
sit-
will, but,
sit
like,
here
it's-
and be like, oh my god, I get to eat
It's
3
my-
meals. I get to eat whatever I want. I can't put on weight. It's the worst.
Dude, I've had the worst.
Yeah, I
day.
know.
I've had, like,
Everyone always
bacon
says
and
that, but it's like for my situation, it's annoying.
I suppose if you want to be heavier, it is annoying, but
Yeah,
It'd be a frustrating process.
I'd trade spots with you pretty quickly, man.
I can understand why people would be pretty annoyed at that. What I just said, but
Another thing your lovely housemates mentioned is that you're an avid gamer, correct?
hell, yeah,
Pretty classy with it, I hear. Pretty classy.
I'm pretty classy with it.
Go-to games.
I go through phases, but Fortnite. I love Fortnite.
It's funny you said Fortnite because I've heard a story that on a night out with the boys,
I've heard this one actually.
You've come home at
This is
you've
a
come home
joke.
at around 7:30 p.m.
Someone's put some serious mail on that.
Well, let's call it 8 p.m. to play Fortnite by yourself.
All right. Well, I was.
Don't
going
get all
to-
defensive at me, mate. I'm just
You're
telling a story.
Yeah, okay, it's fair. Sorry. Well, it actually wasn't for Fortnite. I promise you. Like, I was actually genuinely
You need-
trying to look after myself.
He was being
I'm
a
actually not-
professional. He
yeah,
was being responsible.
Exactly. And I,
Yeah,
that's
a
A little
actually
bit of
Chalky milk.
Fortnite.
that's actually the truth. I actually was going through a phase where I really wanted a game, so I was actually knuckling down. I didn't go out for 2 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
He did like spending time with us, but anyway.
Oh.
The other one I've got, and I'm interested to see how you react to this one, is that I've been told you're not great at handling sarcasm.
Toby said that, didn't he?
Yep.
Yeah.
Toby Green.
No, Muff.
Oh,
McMullen.
right. Yeah.
Thoughts?
I don't know.
If he can't handle it, he's not going to know.
Nah, well, there's situations where I'll admit I don't understand, but it's like ridiculous sarcasm, like where it's actually so close to being the truth. Like it could very well be the truth. So
I think that's what sarcasm is. Does.
no, but like it's. Oh,
What's an
true, but,
example?
like, I can't remember. There was one the other day. I was like,
Like it's personal.
no, like that. I don't even know, but like I was like, that's just ridiculous for calling me up on that because like I reckon most people would probably believe that because it's so truthful almost.
Yeah, okay.
I don't have an example, but
I'm going to
Do you
play with
understand what
this
I mean?
now, I think. I understand what it sounds like to me is that I can have some fun with this.
No, 'cause what I've heard is if you say a joke and you think it's sarcastic, Das won't, and he'll take it personally.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I think I'm just going to have some fun and wind him up.
Same.
go for it. I'll be all over it.
All right, we've got a new segment that we forgot to do last week, but we did the week before.
Yeah, well, it's not new then, is it? Come on, press the button.
One
press
good
the
game,
button.
one good game, and you're coming for me, and I just don't respect it. All right, let's do. I don't even know what we're calling it. Do we? Do we have a name yet? Music
Yeah, just song of the day, man.
song of the day. Here we go. All right, Das. So you might not know. So the aim of not the game, but the aim of the segment is you bring a song you're listening to and talk about it. It's not the most exciting thing. It's just one of Tom's ideas. So
Hang on, it's just
Yeah.
to put people on. What are we listening to? We can all just bring a
Get to
different
know
thing.
us.
Bring
I
different
really
genres. It's pretty
think
good.
you think a lot more people care. Oh, what's Tom Green listening to? That's
I don't think they're thinking, what am I listening to? I think they're thinking maybe, what's Jacob listening to? What are
Well,
people?
obviously.
What's in at the minute? You know, that sort of
Do you know
stuff.
what I'm listening to?
Anyway.
In the Green Room podcast, streaming every Tuesday.
Every major streaming platform. Anyway,
What do you
Jonesy, do you want, I'll start us off.
You start, so Das knows a
Sure.
bit more about what to do.
Well, my favourite song at the minute is it's called Joga Bonito by AJ Tracy. So, which is kind of funny because obviously my goal song is Samba de Janeiro, which is obviously a
Here you
Brazilian. Yeah. Fortunately enough, we got to hear that one on the
Do you
weekend.
have my song?
We don't have your song. We have your commentary, though.
We don't need to hear that.
We played it for you. First goal.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah, there you
Come
go.
on, mate. Yeah, so this is also Brazilian inspired somewhat. Joga Bonito, obviously Brazilian influence. So it's a song by AJ Tracy, the UK rapper. And it's actually not really a rap song, though. I don't know if we're going to be able to clip it and play it, but it's not much of a rap song, but it is a really nice vibe. I think it's versatile. There's a bit of a mix of like can be in your feels. Like the lyrics are quite nice and it can be in your
Meaningful.
feels. Yeah, exactly. Quite meaningful. But it can also get you nice and excited. It's a good song to play in the car driving. It's a nice upbeat one. So, yeah, that's what I'm listening to. My favourite song at the minute, Joga Bonito by AJ Tracy.
That is
Yeah.
a good song.
Das?
I don't even have to get it up. It's called Lesson Zero by The Weeknd. Great song.
Yeah, off Dawn FM.
Yeah.
That album.
I'm not familiar with it.
Really?
No.
You should listen to that one. That might actually be up
Very
your alley
good.
too. It
It
is
was
a great
playing it in the
song.
gym the other day, and I was in my line meeting, and I heard it, and I immediately went out and asked who it was, and he was playing Dawn FM. I was like, respect.
Nice.
I told you I'm classy on the ox.
Where
No, but like, didn't some people complain about it? It's just not really gym appropriate, probably.
No. Xavier O'Halloran doesn't like The Weeknd, and he's a
Yeah.
clown for that.
Yeah.
Him and
Agreed.
Connor Ryden, they're both clowns for that.
Agreed.
The
why don't
Weeknd
I
is a
like the
guru.
weekend?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because The Weeknd's a gun.
Just cancelled his second consecutive tour here, I think.
Yeah.
He did.
I
No,
still-
he refunded all tickets, I think.
Yeah, I also don't care because he's a guru.
Yeah.
Actually, before we move on, what's your like scenario when you're listening to it? Pre-game, gym, car.
I wouldn't say pre-game. Probably just in the car, driving anywhere.
Anytime, it's a great feel-good song.
Anytime, probably other than when I'm trying to get hyped up, I reckon.
It's not necessarily like a hard-hitting hype song.
Nah.
It's just
it's just a beautiful song.
Yeah, nice.
Plain and simple.
All right, well, mine is a bar song by Shabuzi, which is currently, I found it on TikTok. Is that where you found it?
Well, Rao showed me, and he found that on TikTok.
Yeah. Just a great song, I think. Just a similar, nice vibe. It's not going to get you pumped up or anything, but nice little bit of a sing-along. It's got a catchy chorus.
What sort of genre? Because I would say mine's sort of like in between rap and pop. That's like Less Than Zero is a good pop song. What's
Country.
that? I'd say it's like country rap, country pop.
Yeah, okay.
Majority country,
I'd say country, but it's
country.
it's not like a typical country song.
Okay. I don't mind. We've got a bit of diversity here then, though. I don't mind
it's
that.
nice. Yeah. All right, well, we've got one segment to go. Trending topic.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't come in hot?
Reasonably.
All right, ready?
I'm always ready.
What is it this week, Thomas?
I'm actually going to double down on someone. I'm going to double down on Taylor Swift. Now, obviously, I went at Taylor.
Episode 1.
Episode 1 to try and get us off, try and get some Swiftie interaction. And I think it worked. When you throw out bait to Swifties, generally they take it. Exactly.
Hook, line, and sinker.
They don't realise sometimes the sarcasm.
Darcy.
But no, I'm going to Taylor again. And this time, I mean, not that my other one was inauthentic. That was actually, I wholeheartedly believe what I said about that. But this time as well, like, everyone acted like Taylor was the bee's knees. Oh, we all love her, this, that. Like, my rant from before, I think I've been proven correct in, like, her album that she just released. It's trash. Like, it is stink it up garbage.
I agree with you. It's not good.
It is stink it up, absolute pus rubbish. Like, it's bad. And I think even a lot of Taylor
that's pretty hard.
Taylor's got some diehard fans.
It could be anything and they'd love it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Which is like credit to her, but it's not good. Yeah. And I think there's some other people who can attest to that too.
Yeah, okay. I don't think it's good.
Yeah. This is made, like, my trending topic, ranting about Taylor Swift, has been made a bit more difficult by Jake Riccardi and Finn Callahan strolling into the studio.
Strolling into the studio.
With jackets on.
Jackets look good though.
Making obscene gestures in the background. But yeah, no, Taylor's album's not good. And I think I'm proven correct because, if Taylor was, all this and that, I thought we'd be hearing more noise about it. But I've heard literally not a peep. I haven't heard a peep.
I think it's the standard day when the album comes out, everyone goes straight to the story without listening to it.
Exactly. When they listen, they're like, I'm embarrassed now because I put that off my story.
Yeah. Have you listened to it, Darcy?
I haven't listened to it, no.
Are you a Taylor fan?
Not at all.
Yeah, and that's why he's a good man.
Yeah, not at all.
Yeah, I tend to agree. I just
think that what my point, if you go back, and maybe I'll just even plug in the green room by saying go back and listen to the first episode, my first rant, but me saying that it was just people buying into this hype thing and like they don't even love her like that, this is my example of that because the music's trash, she's not that good, and I haven't heard a peep about it because it sucks.
Yeah, well, I didn't even know she'd release anything, to be honest. So.
Enough said.
He was too busy caught up in his own Instagram. Sarcasm,
10K.
does. Sarcasm.
Checking 10K.
Yeah, how close are you? How close are you to 10K?
Couldn't tell you.
That's
Don't
such a lie.
Came on before the
That
potty.
is such
Boys,
a lie.
250 away from 10K.
Hey, you asked me.
Anyway, so despite that, let's
we'll
make
get
sure.
you there.
I was
We'll
gonna
get
say,
you there.
In the green room, listeners and viewers, make sure you get the man to 10K. It's a big moment for everyone.
You're welcome. Do you know what happened? Connor Iden came on, said the same thing.
10K.
Got him there.
Yeah.
Really? How
Yeah.
far off was he, though?
He was pretty similar to you, I think.
Mm.
Really? What, straight after the podcast?
As soon as it
When
dropped,
it
mate.
drops, brother, you'll see. You'll
yeah.
see.
You'll watch
You'll
the
see
green room with the magic.
You'll see the green room effect. You know how they get the Drake effect, like the cosign when you get a feature with Drake. You're
Yeah.
guaranteed a number one.
Yeah.
You'll get the in the green room cosign, mate.
So you're comparing yourself to Drake?
No, I'd say we're bigger.
Yeah, Yeah, I wouldn't say we're probably on Drake's level, but
We're getting there.
Close.
some ways maybe.
All right. So we're going to finish. Have you listened to the? Be honest. Have you
Mate,
listened
yes.
before?
Yes.
Okay,
I
so you
promise
know-
I've
you know
listened to, I'd say all but one. I don't know which one it was, but
Probably Brent Daniels.
no, I don't know which one it was.
Ordinary bloke.
Oh,
He doesn't listen.
fair. Yeah.
All right. So what we're going to do? We're going to finish on the poem. Okay. And I'm going to
Alright.
need you to give me a rating out of 10.
Yep.
Don't come in all hostile and follow suit of our previous guest where they just try. I don't know if they're trying to impress Tom. I don't know what the go is, but Bucks gave me a 5, and I deserved a lot bigger than a 5.
Okay. Yep.
What would you
Just
say?
Give it
What,
what you think.
Yeah,
would you
will.
say
I
you rank it
honestly
on?
will.
execution. What are your categories to rank?
Yeah, it's got to be execution, your enjoyment of it, his delivery. You know,
Yep.
let's wait and see. Should we not break the segments up?
I'll
Come on,
I'll
buddy.
push the button, mate. You just sit there.
Don't
and-
get slack for our listeners and our viewers.
You know what I'm sick of? I'm sick of you playing one good game and just coming for me.
Clown.
Here we go.
It's true.
You've literally played one.
So
And I
bad.
respect it. I respect it. All right, you ready? Tom and Darcy, it's been a pleasure, but you've had your turn to speak. Now it's my turn. Let's recap the week. Tom's the king of Canberra. You know it's self-proclaimed. But at Manuka Oval, the Lions were tamed. The first half was tough. It was a battle for sure. In the second half, it's safe to say, the Lions lost their roar. We had a debutant, and well, now it's a name you know. We all had a front row seat to the Darcy Jones show. The boy from WA, an early draft pick. I've never seen a human move that quick. I think on Thursday night, one thing was very clear. We've got ourselves a superstar in headgear. Darcy wasn't the only one in some serious form. Tom told me if Thursday was a granny, he would have won the norm. Tom, I'll give you credit. You reformed on the pitch. But don't you forget you're still Matt Rowell and Paddy Cripps. But it's a new week. We're heading to where we've been before. It's time to take on the noisy neighbours next door. We're all in the same boat. We all feel the same. This is genuinely the biggest rivalry in the game. But let me start by making one thing abundantly clear. Our club was the only one that was actually born here. And yes, it's true, growing up I was indeed a South Melbourne member, but that's a time in my life I'd rather not remember. When I say that out loud, my heart truly breaks, but hey, that's life. We all make mistakes. Could I go harder at South Melbourne? We all know I could. I just really don't think I should. We filmed a video in Cooper Hamilton starred. In that video, we're going to go quite hard. In Sydney, we're known as the Giants, and they're known as the other. It's pretty embarrassing to be the Giants' less cool brother. Sam Taylor, Stephen Cornelio, and Toby Green are back in the mix. We'll get around them, unlike the Swans got around...
Jeez.
You're not going to say it?
Darcy, I hope I was nice and didn't give you too much smoke. Let's just hope for once you can handle a joke. Anyway, that's all I've got, or so would it seem. This weekend will remind everyone that we're Sydney's only team. Bang.
Very good. That's got to be one of the better ones.
I want to see Darcy go before Tom.
Yeah, no,
'cause
I want to see him go too. I don't want him swayed.
I'll be honest, I don't remember all of the poems you've read, but that was very good, I'll admit. Yeah.
Rate it. What do you
Out of
think?
10.
Delivery was very good. You might have like
It's
said one
at the
word.
start,
yeah, there was
yeah.
one word maybe, but
I got a bit nervous.
give it an 8.
Wow, thanks, mate.
Well done.
All right. So you
Here we go.
shirked a couple of jokes.
What do you mean I shirked?
You didn't finish them. You left it at
That's the
ambiguous.
comedy, mate.
No, it's
That's
not.
the comedy.
The one about Matt Rowell and Pat Cripps, I get that why you didn't say it's an expletive word. The second one, you shirked it.
I
you
didn't shirk
it.
I didn't.
Back with a flight, you shirked it. You ducked the head. So you want your moment back. The glazing, I didn't appreciate. The glazing and then the hating.
Yeah,
Darcy.
that's what I mean. That was best of both worlds there.
I gave you a
Nobody-
compliment too.
No, you
It
didn't.
wasn't just straight up.
It was
glazing.
glazing.
It
bro.
wasn't.
It wasn't, mate.
Bro, it wasn't. It was one of
Am
them
I
there.
going to go after a first gamer? No. Am I going to go after a bloke that's been in and out of form the last few weeks? Yes.
Anyway, you get a probably. I actually kind of agree an 8. It was good though.
Wow.
Yeah, it was good.
That might be my highest yet.
Not from me, I don't think. I think I gave you an 8.5 at one point.
No.
Maybe even a 9. I swear I've given you a 9. But anyway, it was good. It was very good.
Thanks, mate.
I just don't want you to shirk that one. If you're going to put it in there,
I
say
think
it.
I think
You're going
enough.
to put it in there, say it.
I think enough fans will get it. And there's
If you
some
want to
more.
shirk expletives, I don't care. Those ones, make the joke.
Okay.
See
well,
it out.
yeah, I'll lie on it. That's probably good feedback. And you know what? The great thing for us is it's Tuesday. There's a lot more opportunities to make some jokes this week, and you best believe the Giants will be doing that.
Yeah, and by the Giants again, don't try and shirk responsibility. It's literally you. The only one making
I
it is you.
say the Giants for my personal safety. Now, before we say goodbye, it's a massive week, obviously this week, the Sydney Derby. But next week, I'm going to promise a guest we haven't yet asked, because it's a massive week, touch wood, for the club. Callan Ward, 300 games. Now,
Yeah.
he's been on before. It was very brief, and it was a very brief story. This
It
time,
was,
okay,
gas
buddy.
yourself up.
yeah, thanks, mate. This next episode will be more in-depth. We'll get to know the real Wardy. I want some stories no one's ever heard before. I want all the goss. I want why he left the Dogs. I want everything. Yeah? Money. We might have to pay him. But that can come from Tom's pockets because they're pretty deep.
I don't know who's telling you that.
Deep pockets, short arms, mate. Darcy, thanks for coming on, mate. Really appreciate it.
No, thank you guys.
Really hoping you get to 10K tonight.
Yeah, same.
Well, are we dropping tonight? Or
Yeah, we'll drop
tomorrow?
tonight.
Are we
We'll drop
dropping?
tonight because tomorrow night
Tilted?
it's like
We're dropping
£2.
Tilted?
Tonight's tonight.
Tonight's the night.
We're dropping Tilted?
Yeah, I will probably. Nah, Tilted's gone, bro. That was long time ago.
Where do you drop now?
Nah, anyway.
Anyway, you just clean up?
Yep.
Cool. Thanks, Tom.
No problem, Jacob. Thank you very much to all our listeners and our viewers. See you next week.